out and one for the intelligent as fellas get. Listen, let's settle this, be clear. I can fall back 7 years, still it ain't no one ahead of me. Consider it a blessing if you get to stand next to me. 5-star general, OG veteran, cake like.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. So a little while ago, I'm scrolling through my Facebook, my YouTube feed, and I see that Louis Marco made a video, something about Arnold Schwarzenegger and Snoop Dogg having some kind of fucking fallout. So of course I'm like, what the fuck did I miss? I go offline for one fucking day while I'm busy with clients and shit. Next thing you know, fucking the world's falling apart and Snoop Dogg and fucking Arnold are banging heads. What the fuck is going on? Now I don't believe that Arnold has made a statement yet. I haven't seen anything about it, but I went and watched, apparently there's a bigger clip of the video than what I saw. I saw the one on TMZ that was like 15 seconds long or 20 seconds long or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, let me see what the fuck is going on. So apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was governor, one of his political allies or partners or whatever, somebody gave him money for his campaign. I don't know what it was. He basically had, let me fix this fucking camera angle and make that fucking shit, fucking thing's all banged up. Make that fucking shit square. And apparently this guy who donated money or whatever the case may be, his son had committed a crime, I guess it was murder, with a couple other guys, went to prison, and Arnold kind of got the sentence changed to 7 years for murder. And I guess the guy got out today. Now, I guess apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger was asked to do the same thing for, I believe the guy's name is Tukey, they said he's like the founding member of the Crips, which is one of the big gangs, I guess, I guess they're all over the place, but I guess out in California, they're one of the big gangs, the Bloods and the Crips. Now, he refused to do it for this Tukey guy, and apparently this Tukey individual was executed, so he was killed. So Snoop Dogg right off the bat, says flat out that, Arnold doing this for this other guy, it's white privilege, and first of all, the guy's Hispanic, so he's not white. The guy he cut the deal to was Hispanic. That's not white. It's two different things. Even though, he's not, really dark skinned, he's still not considered white. He's considered Hispanic. So taking the whole, racial thing and throwing it in there, it goes right out the fucking window. I just think that's absolutely ridiculous. Now, what I do think happened, and what I think Snoop is actually ignorant about, I think he's really ignorant, he's hypocritical about, is it's not white privilege, it's friends helping friends. Arnold helped out one of his friends who asked him to do a fucking favor, and he didn't do it for this guy Tukey. Now, for Snoop to say that that's wrong, I guarantee you, Snoop, me, you, anyone else out there has gone out of their way at some point to help a friend, has done something that they really shouldn't have done to help a friend out. Gone out of their way, gone out of their comfort zone, done something to help a friend out. That's what friends do. They help friends when they fucking ask them for something, within reason. But the bottom line is, friends help friends. And for Snoop Dogg to say something like it's fucking racially motivated is just fucking retarded. Because if there was one of his friends sitting in a fucking prison, and the judge or whoever it is calls him up and says, yo, Snoop, if you come down here and you make a guest appearance, sign a few autographs, take a few pictures, and then sing a song, we'll let your buddy out of jail. I guarantee you fucking Snoop would get on a plane if it was his friend and go do it. Now, if someone called him in fucking California and said, Snoop, there's this fucking random guy that you don't know. If you come fucking do a song, take some pictures, and fucking sign some autographs, we'll let him out of jail. He's going to be like, why the fuck would I do that? I don't even know this guy. So, you know what I mean? It's the same fucking thing. Now, the other part about the video that I really don't understand, that I think Snoop, I think he's just mad and fucking venting because it didn't make any sense whatsoever, was he says, Arnold was born with the right name. Motherfucker, what? The right name? Schwarzenegger is the right name? Are you fucking kidding me? When Arnold first came on the scene, movie-wise, entertainment-wise, all this stuff, he was told to change his name because it would never be anything. It's too long, it's too hard to pronounce, it reminds people of the Holocaust, he was told, all these crazy things. They told him to change his name. It was a bad name. It was a name that had, so many things to it that people wouldn't like that you should change it. Arnold decided that he was proud of his name, he stuck to his guns and kept his name. Arnold then went through the next 30 years of making that name a power name or a power word all over the fucking world. Everywhere you go, people know who Arnold Schwarzenegger is. You can go to the middle of the fucking goddamn jungle somewhere where they don't even fucking speak, and they go, that's how they speak, right? And you show them a picture and say, who's this? They're going to go, and that's going to mean Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you show them a picture of Snoop Dogg, they're going to go, that means I don't know. That's how famous Arnold is. He did that with his own two hands. He did that fucking pioneering fucking bodybuilding, action movies. I mean, he became a fucking governor in the United States of America. He did that himself. He became something. He made himself something. He made that name something. So to say that he was born with the right name didn't make any fucking sense. I think that, Snoop is just pissed off because this happened, and he's grabbing at straws, trying to figure out, just say shit because he's frustrated and he's venting, but I don't think he really knows what the fuck he's talking about or what he's saying. So, my opinion, is it right for Arnold to do that? I'll tell you what, this guy murdered somebody. The other 2 guys are still in prison that he did the murder with. No. Okay, he should be serving the sentence that the other guys serve, depending on his role in the crime. That's not what they're talking about. They're not talking about him being at the crime while someone else pulled the trigger or someone else stabbed someone. I'm not really sure exactly how the thing went down, but if he was on the scene of the crime and just didn't stop it, which made him an accomplice, or, then should he do the same time as the guy who pulled the trigger? No, but I mean, we just don't know because that's not what's really being talked about. It's not what I saw anyway, so I'm not really sure. But, should Arnold be pulling favors here and there? Everyone, everyone pulls fucking favors from their friends. Everyone. It doesn't matter whether you're fucking proud of it or not. It's been done. I know people that, have gotten their sons fucking jobs at big corporate companies that have 500 people waiting in line for fucking applicants, and they're all qualified, and he gets it because he knows the guy. Favoritism. That's how it works. I mean, that's how shit works in the world. If you know someone that, could give you an opportunity and they like you and they're your friend, they're probably going to give you the opportunity before they give it to someone else. I mean, it is very much a way of the world that works. And, to say that, Snoop doesn't take part in that, I guarantee you Snoop has been helped. I mean, fuck Dr. Dre, right? Wasn't it Dr. Dre that helped him? Without Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg would literally be nothing. He'd be nothing without his friend helping him. Now it's not the same thing as, getting a murder charge turned over, but the bottom line is, I think, looking at this, Snoop has had a lot of his help throughout his lives with friends too. A lot of shit we probably don't know about. And just because we don't know about it, he's, sitting on his high horse being holier than thou. And I think Arnold actually admitted that he did this for his friend. I overturned that thing for my friend. Like, he owned up to it. It's not like he's fucking denying it and he's doing it fucking scheming. He said, this is what I did for my friend. So I do think that there's more to the story than just the fact that this guy committed murder. I think that there's different levels weaved in this situation. I don't know, like I said, if he's the one that pulled the trigger, but, why don't we find out the facts first and say, was this kid actually the one who killed someone? Because all 3 of those guys didn't kill one guy. I mean, basically one of them is responsible for killing him. They weren't all fucking stabbing him in the fucking skull at the same time, or all fucking 3 pulled guns and shot him 3 times at the same exact fucking moment that killed him. So there's obviously one that's going to be more guilty than the rest of them, or maybe they all beat the shit out of the guy and the fucking guy died, from a beating. Well, that's a whole nother ball game right there. We just don't know the facts, and without the facts, all we're getting is the fact that this happened. Now, do I think that Snoop Dogg has a point about the racist thing? I'll be honest with you. No. I don't think it's fucking racial whatsoever. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, I live in an area, there's every type of race, every type of nationality, every type of ethnicity in here. You get on the train in D.C., there's everybody from fucking just about every country and fucking place in the entire world on that fucking train with you. There are good parts of town, there are bad parts of town, there are people that are black, white, Hispanic, Asian. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. And not once have I ever felt that something was racially kind of pushed in my direction. I lived in Breach Cheney, which is a predominantly black, bad neighborhood. And when I walked into the store the first time, I got some looks, like kind of almost like I didn't belong there. But the second time I walked in there, they were like, oh, he kind of belongs here. I kind of stuck out like a sore thumb because I was really the only white guy in that neighborhood, in that area. But, it wasn't like I wasn't be accepted. They were just shocked to see me there. Everybody at the place that worked there was just shocked to see me there. So it wasn't really, I never felt like anything was racial or anything like that. I think that, maybe there is a lot of racial shit that goes on that I don't see. But I mean, I live in one of the fucking, most racially fucking affluent places in the entire fucking country. And I don't see a lot of this racism that we have going on in the rest of the country. So I'm not saying it's made up, but I do feel like some of it is sparked by actual hate and people having chips on their shoulders in general, whether it's white people, black people, Hispanic people, whatever, that starts these things to begin with. I think if everybody just chilled the fuck out and looked at things for what they are, like this whole thing with Arnold, it's not racial. You have fucking Schwarzenegger who let a Hispanic guy fucking out of jail. That's 2 different fucking, 2 different races, ethnicities. So what the fuck does that have to do with, just because he wasn't black, doesn't mean that it's a racial thing. So be aware, guys. There's always more to the story than what you fucking hear and what you see. Unless you have all the facts. I myself have been known to fly off the handle before I have all the facts. But until you have all the facts, you really can't fucking judge. But in my opinion, in this situation, from what I've seen, Snoop Dogg, you're wrong. Bios3Training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bios3training.com is the blog. Snoop Dogg is wrong, bicep, I feel anyways, and we're